All right, guys, we are live.
We're back.
Welcome to our live stream.
Welcome.
This is our fourth of our 5-part May streaming series. We are joined today with my partner in crime, Bradley, as every week. And this week we got a special guest. We got Pearl from Austin, Texas. Hey, Pearl, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're doing great. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'm glad to be here. I'm
So,
looking forward to it.
oh, yeah.
Well, it's happening now, so you don't have to do that anymore.
No more need to look forward, just look at the present. I have a hard time doing that in my general life, Brad.
Here we are.
So we
Oh,
are
yeah. Me too.
we are doing this live stream every Sunday in May. We're here streaming 7 p.m. The goal of this live stream is to kind of promote our music, local artist music, and talk about mental health a little bit. We've got a fundraiser going this month because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. We got a GoFundMe going. We're trying to raise funds for our music, which we're trying to use to promote mental health awareness. And we're raising funds for an organization here in Houston, the Greater Houston National Alliance on Mental Illness. They do some great things. We'll show a video on that later, a little bit more about our fundraiser and how you can kind of help us out for those that are watching and get a little more information about the project that we're working on. We're a new music project kind of focused on what we're talking about. But this week we've got Pearl. She's a local artist. I would say local, as in local Texas. Austin is just a hop, skip, jump away, not that far. And I know, Brad, you met her when you were touring with another band through Austin, right?
Yeah, so the first time I saw Pearl, I was like, who the fuck is this? Because, just kidding, but really...
How long has it been, actually, though?
I don't want to talk about numbers, but it's been a little while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we met Pearl. I was with a group called Rogues Among Us, and we played this show at Acadia Bar and Grill in Houston on 1960. Shout out to Acadia, fucking awesome sound man. I think his name's Tony. But anyway, we saw this fucking 19-year-old chick, I think, and I think she was 19 at the time, and we were just blown away by her vocals.
Yeah, I was probably 19.
And yeah. And we were just like, who the fuck are these kids up on stage? And, you know, we talked to them. They were super nice. And we gave them a CD. And they actually liked our shit. And then, you know, we've been, like, acquaintances ever since, just, you know, with the music scene, right? And we did end up finally playing in Austin with them on our tour.
I tell you that I listened to your... I listened to your Rogues Among Us CD in my car for a solid, like, year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Which one? What album was it?
That was The Watcher.
It was the one. It was the one with the eye on it, and it had like 4 songs on it.
Yeah, that was The Watcher. That was our first album. And yeah, we were. That's really flattering, honestly. But we ended up playing a show with Pearl and her band at the time.
Cool, in my opinion.
We played. We got to play in Austin after our fucking van caught on fire. But that was a really fun show to play with them again.
Wait, what? Your van caught on fire?
Yeah, in California. It was awesome.
Oh man, I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be a good story to talk to Mark about next week.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mark was supposed to be here tonight. He fucking loves you. So,
I wish I could have seen him.
I know, and he's disappointed that he couldn't be here, but
no.
He'll probably be on the chat later, so he'll probably have some questions for you and shit.
Yeah, he's been pretty good about joining us and asking questions and participating in the chat. He's been a good supporter.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good.
Speaking of which, before we actually like interview Pearl, I do want to give a shout out to everyone who's donated to our GoFundMe so far. I know my brother, my buddy Aaron, my aunt, my buddy Shaddy. And if I'm missing, I'm really sorry. I'm not looking at the fucking list right now, but I think those were some of the people who allowed their names to be shown. The rest of the people are anonymous. Oh, Robert Nesby from Rogues Among Us as well. So thank you guys so much for contributing. With, you know, what we have already, we're going to be able to pay for a track, but also give the other half straight to Nami, I think is how they pronounce it on Instagram. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But anyway, Pearl, we're trying to interview you here. So, can you tell us, like, for anyone who is watching, excuse me, I'm drinking seltzer, so I'm gonna burp. That just happens whenever
Was that
carbonation.
a burp?
Yeah, it was. I tried to hide it because I'm in the mic, and it's not an ASMR channel, So,
Oh my god.
so I wanna ask you, like,
Oh, man.
how did you get started with music? Like, what made you want to pursue this, and why are you still here? I'm just kidding, but like, what made you want to do it, and how did you kind of like get your start?
That is a huge question, but I think that I gotta say, I had like really bad stage fright as a child.
Me too.
Are you still there? Are you guys still there?
We're having a hard time
we're-
hearing you for sure.
We're here. You're breaking up a little bit.
We're here, but we can't hear. Know what I mean?
No.
But yeah, Pearl was saying she had some bad stage fright as a child. I can definitely relate to that. I remember in 4th grade. Oh my God, this is a story. I don't think I've told anyone this story. It's not that good, so probably like a good reason not to tell people about it, right? But I auditioned for this.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah,
we
there
sure
you
can.
are.
Okay,
Woo.
great.
Okay, so we were asking about kind of like your start as a musician, and I remember you said something about you used to have stage fright as a kid.
Oh yeah, so I used to have stage fright, and I didn't really want to be on a stage. So it's really weird that I'm on a stage all the time now.
Yeah.
But I guess like the main reason why I wanted to get into it was to like an outlet.
Okay.
An outlet for. Sorry, I'm not sure when it's glitching and stuff.
No, it's okay.
Wait.
So
I
you-
wanted to have an out. What?
You wanted to have an outlet. We got that much. We're good.
Cool. Okay. That allowed me to express myself without me having to fully put myself out on stage. So I started songwriting first before I ever started performing.
Okay.
I started out as a classical vocalist.
Oh,
wow.
I was teaching music and stuff like that. So I mostly started out with nothing. And then I saw rock shows, and I was like, okay, let me just go learn how to scream a little bit on stage. I really had to work through my stage fright, but yeah, I kind of got into music a little bit late in the game. A lot of people say that they started with, like, as a child, but the first time I met you in Houston is like one of the first few times I was even playing on a stage outside in Boston, and I started like at 18 or something.
wow. Well, you tricked the fuck out of us because we thought you were a pro.
So, I'm 25 now.
It's crazy.
No, I just felt it.
Aw. Well, we're sorry to anyone who's out there that is listening, and we're glitching out. Technology sucks sometimes, but hopefully you're understanding most of what Pearl's saying. I think I'm getting most of it. Are you?
We're getting most of it. There's some
Okay,
little
cool.
bits here and there. We got the most of the story. So thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah.
But Brad, while you were trying to share some stories while she was talking, or getting back the signal, we have both John Patty and Rachel Castaneda watching and
What's up?
twitching with us, and they want you to circle back to that story.
Oh, they want me to finish the story.
They want you to finish the
Okay.
story.
I'm sorry, Pearl. I guess I'm really important right now.
Finish it.
I'm playing. So I was in 4th grade, and there was this, our music teacher was actually like super cool. And I think he did a really amazing job of teaching us about music without us realizing it. One of the things he did was he had us play Bop It, which,
Twist it.
Amazing.
you know Bop It? I mean, like, a lot of people don't know what
know
Bop It is.
Bop It.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you know Bop It, right?
Who do you think I am?
Yeah, so like you had to keep tempo, right? And the tempo kept increasing, and
Amazing.
that's kind of like the premise of the game, right? And then he would write musicals every year. He wrote his own musicals for us to do at the end of the year, and we like all of his classes we get together and learn it and perform it for like the parents or whatever, you know. So that was really amazing of him to do. It wasn't like he found something. He did it himself. I believe, to the best of my knowledge. Let's not quote me. Let's allegedly he did that. Shout out to This Is Important podcast. But anyway, so he had this singing role, and I auditioned for it. I did. I stood up in front of my class, and I got up there and in my little basketball shorts and long socks and my female cousin's t-shirt, and I sang the part, and my knees just started shaking. Like bad.
Little baby Bradley.
And that's the story. That's it, John and Rachel. That's it. That was the climax. Sorry if you were let down.
Sorry, bro.
But yeah, you were talking about stage fright, and so that's what I came in with because you cut out. So back to the interview part. What were we saying, Taylor? Bradley has a very short memory.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm
working on technical things. I'm kind
Okay,
of kind of relying you to carry at this
Okay,
moment.
well-
I've got technical glitches to take care of.
Fair enough.
No, you're asking me about my beginningness of music life.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I mean, that's basically all it was, is that I was exposed to a lot of really great live music in Austin. And luckily, my parents let me go to shows.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So that's like, I was really inspired just simply by watching other people do their craft and stuff like that.
Yeah. Was there like one particular show that really drew that out of you in like specifically, or was it just kind of a bunch of shows kind of all together that made you have that?
It was a bunch of shows, but I mean, my first show was James Brown when I was 9.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's badass.
Yeah, and that was very inspiring. I mean, it was just really cool to be at a big like production like that
Yeah.
at the time.
Wow.
I saw him at Stubbs outside in Austin. I don't know if you've been to that venue, but it's really small, which is crazy.
That's really cool. That's a good first concert. Mine was
Yeah,
Backstreet
I
Boys.
think I saw him like exactly a month before he passed away.
Wow.
Like, 'cause I know he like died on Christmas. Yeah, I saw him in the November like before he passed away. It's just crazy.
Damn. That's really cool. 'Cause actually you're working on a track with us right now. That, you know, we kind of hear Motown vibes when we were
Got
like
that old school
writing it.
sound kind of to it.
So that's a crazy like coincidence for us. Anyway.
Yeah, I was surprised when you sent me the track that was the style. I don't know why I was surprised. I wasn't expecting it.
You know me from Rogues Among Us, and it's very different from Rogues Among Us. So I think that's a fair
I know, I was like,
surprise.
wait,
Yeah.
what?
Who is this? Who is it? Did he send me the right track?
Yeah, it's really cool. We got I think we got 6 songs planned, and each one has got a little bit of a different genre feel, which is going to be really cool. Kind of the reason for that is trying to reach different audiences with each song, but kind of keep a little bit of cohesiveness to it. But we got a different feature artist for each track, and they all sound a little different genres. So it's really cool for us
Yeah,
to do
for
that,
sure.
and we're super excited to work with you. When Brad was like, "Hey, I know of
I
this,"
sent you some tracks yesterday.
yeah, I haven't listened yet.
I did listen. I'm really excited to keep working on it. Taylor can't open AIF files, but
I
we're
don't
gonna
use Steve Jobs Black Magic. I'm an Android guy.
we'll have a sit down soon and listen to it together and work through it. So no worries.
Okay.
But yeah, actually, to Taylor's point, somebody was telling me about sending their friend that song and it actually helped them. So to me, that's like, I don't know.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it makes, I
new one?
don't know. It feels like we're actually making a difference to at least 1 or 2 people. And that is
It's awesome.
just fucking cool,
It's
you
what we
know?
want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
The goal.
yeah, exactly. So let's, since we're on that subject, let's go ahead and transition to we're going to show you our fundraiser video. So you'll learn,
Okay.
if you haven't watched this before, you'll get to learn a little bit more about what our goals are. And even though we're reading from a piece of paper and it's obvious, we mean every word of it. And we hope that you enjoy and support our message. And mostly we hope that you share it with other people, because a lot of people that you know, even if you don't know that it's true, are affected by mental illness. So,
So we're going to go ahead and show this video here. It's going to be about 3 minutes long, and we'll jump back in, and you should be able to hear it on your end, Pearl. And I'll post the link to the GoFundMe for all those that are watching and want to learn a little bit more.
shit.
We want to thank you so much for taking the time to stop by this page to learn more about us and our fundraiser. My name is Taylor, this is Bradley, and together we've created a new music project called Spruce Smiles. The mission of our project is simple. We want to promote mental health awareness and raise funds for mental health charities.
We aim to accomplish our mission by 1, writing music with related content, and 2, hosting various fundraising opportunities throughout the year. Research shows that 1 in 5 U.S. adults will have a diagnosable mental health condition within any given year. It also shows that 46% of Americans will meet the criteria for a diagnosable mental health condition at some point in their lifetime.
The odds are that if you haven't experienced mental illness, then someone close to you has. Just like many of you, we either live with mental illnesses ourselves or we have loved ones that do. We are doing this because it is deeply personal to us, and we want to make a difference no matter how small it may be. The hope is that by writing music about mental health, it will make it more prevalent in the mainstream and in turn will help remove the stigma surrounding it. It's important that these types of discussions become easier to approach in our personal lives and that people feel free to open up without societal judgment.
Far too often do people feel alone or too afraid to ask for help because of the stigma that our society has placed on mental illness. Far too often do people lack the support structure or resources required to obtain the help that they need. We want to do something about that, and that's where you can help, by donating to this fundraiser.
It is important to know that we are not experts. We are not part of a larger organization with dedicated staff. We are just two people learning about this subject each and every day. Because of this, we choose to help by donating money to these organizations with the experts and the means to implement solutions directly into our community. That's why we have selected the Greater Houston National Alliance on Mental Health as the recipients for this fundraiser. They provide free education programs, peer-facilitated support groups, and grassroots advocacy initiatives to help families and individuals better understand the complexities and challenges of living with a mental illness. They also have a peer-run resource center so that the families and individuals can access and find the help that they need.
100% of the funds raised in excess of $4,000 will go directly to NAMI, and 50% of all the funds raised prior to the $4,000 mark will also go to NAMI. For example, if we raise $5,000, then we'll be donating $3,000 to NAMI. You might be wondering where the other $2,000 is going. To be entirely upfront, that portion of the money is going directly to our recording expenses. This is so that we can promote mental health awareness through our music. Unfortunately, recording quality music is expensive, and that's what it costs to record the 6 songs that we have planned. We're not pocketing any of the money raised, and while we would like to give all the money raised here to charity, we also believe that we have an opportunity to make a difference with our music as well.
We ask that if you have the means to share and the willingness to share, that you please donate to this fundraiser. If you aren't able to donate at this time, that's also okay too. We completely understand. You can help our cause simply by learning more about mental health. If you could even take a free education class from NAMI, that would help. You can also support us by sharing our music, mission, and even this fundraiser with others. If you want to find out more about our music and what we are up to on a day-to-day basis, please find us, Spruce Smiles, on Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify, and give us a follow. All right, we are back. Thank you so much for sticking around, watching that, finding a little bit more about us.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was interesting hearing. There were some of the lines I felt weird about, like some of the money's going to our recording costs. But after like what I was saying earlier, and there was another line in there that I was like, oh man, that really hit home, because like I said earlier, someone told their friend about the song Lovely, and then their friend was like going through a hard time and said that actually helped. So I feel like we actually are making that difference that we're talking about, which is fucking badass. But anyway, Pearl, back to you. I'm sorry. Yeah, we were talking
also,
about.
Just so you know, I did my homework and I watched that before.
Awesome, thank you. We appreciate
and I
that.
do have to say, don't feel weird about that, because recording expense is no joke.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like trying to make something happen that is for the benefit of other people, you're gonna have to actually get the logistics covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want
So.
something good, you got to pay for it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't kind of the direction that we wanted to go with our project at all. It just kind of rose to the surface like, hey, this is what we want to do. And it was kind of a common shared thing. And we're like, all right, let's do it. And I think the fact that we struggled with it in the beginning of asking money for something that we were doing means that we're asking the right questions, and I think our heart is in the right place. So I think over time we became a little more comfortable with it. But at first we were like, man, that's kind of crappy of us to ask for, give most of the money away, but keep some of it for ourselves for this reason. But we actually want to do something with it. So
Yeah, for sure. As time goes on, like we've kind of like grown into the idea, and it feels comfortable now because, that's really. I don't know. It just feels genuine, and that's what I want to be. And so anyway, I'm gonna go back to you because this is
Yes.
your fucking interview,
Okay,
not
okay.
Spruce Miles' shameless plug. Even though Anyway, so we're talking about you being a musician. I want to know because for me, I'm a musician obviously as well, and I fucking struggle with it. It's hard. I want to know what is like your high and lows. And I also want to know, because I know you're a teacher, which I am too, and I'd love to talk about that because I love teaching, and I want to know what you tell, or maybe if you haven't had this experience yet, would rather tell your students if they're thinking about becoming a musician. So 2-part question. What do you think?
Okay, wait. First part. Repeat the first part.
So first part, you chose to be a musician. What do you struggle with, and what do you feel really good about, or
Okay.
something like that?
All right, so let's see. What I do struggle with as a musician, I will say, is procrastination on things that I am trying to be a perfectionist on.
Yeah.
Which is I realized after calling myself, am I allowed to cuss? After calling myself a shitbag one too many times,
Yeah.
I started to realize that that procrastination thing was actually me being too scared of completing a project that might have been too personal for me to show the world and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I think it's really important to sounds harsh, but to get over it and have your music actually be vulnerable, because in the end that's what people are gonna relate to.
For sure.
So that's one of the things I do struggle with, and I'm really working on starting to just not think the songs that I'm creating and just release them out into the world, because once I do that, people are relating, and the lyrics that I'm
Right.
for my new music specifically, it's really something better about themselves. So that's the thing I've been struggling with, but I'm working on it. I'm getting better.
Good. That's all you can do. You can live and learn. But
Yeah.
I feel
It
you.
can be tough.
Yeah.
Finding your own voice and being comfortable with your own voice is hard. I
Yeah,
know.
for going through a bad situation and then not writing about it wouldn't feel genuine for me.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that too.
So so I'm trying to get better at being this is how I felt during this. This is how all into the song.
Can you say that last part again for us, please?
Uh-oh, did I glitch again?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
No, I was going to say, I'm not sure what the last thing I said was.
That's all good.
Just to make sure that you put that vulnerable bit of yourself in the music.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
something that's what I would tell my students also, because recently I've been coaching students more on their songwriting and production
Ooh.
instead of technique, because I work on Ableton, and so I'm
Right.
helping younger people actually be able to track their music and to track the feeling behind their music, and teaching them the difference between just writing some whatever down and saying it, or writing some feeling down and singing it. you know?
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
it's a totally different skill set too, being able to songwrite versus, you know, playing an instrument or singing and doing that well, because just because you're a good musician doesn't mean that you're a good songwriter or producer or you know what it takes.
There's so much that goes into it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I
Mom.
mean, I found myself.
We have all the skills as musicians, okay?
I'm gonna let my dog in really quick. She's scratching at the door. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a cool tapestry. I like the guitar, like right in the background.
Yeah, her room looks pro.
Looks like a Telly. I can't tell if it's an actual Fender. Probably a
You
Fender.
can't tell if it's a Telly or not.
But it looks like they might have a split coil humbucker on there too, and a single
Ooh.
coil.
Sorry about that.
No worries. I was talking about the guitar in the background. Does it have a does it have a humbucker and single coil?
Okay. I'm sorry, repeat.
Oh, no worries. While you were gone, I was just making some small talk about the guitar that I saw in the background. Was it does it have a humbucker and a single coil?
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
trying to see.
it's a guitar that Fender only made for 2 years. It has a Jazzmaster neck and then a Telly body.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've played the Jazzmaster. That's a pretty sexy animal.
Is that the Fender Butterscotch? Nice. I like it.
I got Marilyn Monroe on here.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
Well, cool. After we just talked about songwriting a little bit, so I think we should show one of your songs. Is that okay? Is this an okay time to do that for you?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
this song is called Silence Your Mind.
And let's go ahead and play the full version first. What
Yeah,
you think?
for sure. We're going to play the song twice, and we're going to talk about a bunch of different shit and maybe play some games afterwards. So give us a second. We're going to load this video for you guys.
I fell in way too far. It sinks in. Don't forget who you are. Get on now if you're feeling stuck. Stand proud now.
Wow. Awesome.
That was very good. I really, really enjoyed the mixture of like
Yes,
that
styles.
thumping new like bass in the style, but you had that kind of like
Guitars.
almost southern rock drive to it.
Fuck yeah. I love that. I was going to ask you about the guitar, but then it got to the bridge and I was like, oh, that's for sure guitar, for sure. Definitely like a mix of stuff.
yeah.
Even in the bridge, there was like almost some dubsteppy sounds. Also loved like the panning where your voice goes back and forth. I guess our listeners probably can't hear that because they're listening probably not with headphones. So
I do that on
Ableton. Awesome. Did
wait,
you
what?
you did
Oh,
that?
yeah.
You said I did
Yeah,
that
I
on.
use Ableton.
Okay, yeah. Did you record it yourself or did you have it produced somewhere or how did that work?
I made a demo in my room, and then I went into a bigger studio and then tracked all the other stuff. Well, obviously all the vocals I did in a real studio and stuff like that. And then I sent my track off to some people in LA, and they beefed everything up. I had somebody else play some guitar on there. Laura Jane Jones is like one of the people who sponsored that song. She does some of the backup vocals with me. She's really awesome. She is a very accomplished musician, and yeah, she helped me get that song mixed and mastered.
Was that her after the bridge? I heard like a lower vocal
Yeah.
and I didn't think it
Yeah,
was you,
that's
but
her.
yeah, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
She used to tour with Enrique Iglesias, and she has been doing her own solo stuff, but she's also a really great vocal coach, and she's been
She's
been
been
living in LA for a while, but she can work on it. So she's been one of the most inspiring women I've been able to work with.
that's badass.
Great.
It's cool that you got to work
You
with
should look
her.
her up, Laura Jane Jones.
Yeah.
Laura Jane
Yeah.
Jones or Laura Jean
Yeah.
Jones?
Jane.
Jane. Laura Jane Jones. Okay. I'll have to do that.
Will do
Yeah.
for sure.
Castanoodle, Twitch user Castanoodle says, loved it, exclamation point, all caps.
Yeah, Rachel, you should love it because it's awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Pearl Z, everybody, look her up. Shit,
Yeah,
I have
actually,
so
I have a-
many questions.
I-
on
I-
that.
Music.
I have a question about the name. Is it Pearl Z? Because I noticed it, or is it just Pearl? Because I would say Pearl Z, and Brad's like, no, it's just Pearl. I'm like, well,
You can call me just Pearl.
Okay.
But I guess my quote unquote stage name is Pearl Z. Yeah.
okay. What was the reasoning behind that? What's is it like? Hey, the Z will
I
make me
have
easier
a
to
very
Google.
long bullshit.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I was gonna say I have a very long Polish last name that nobody can say.
Gotcha.
I feel that.
But there's a silent Z at the end. So I took the Z from the end
Cool.
of my last name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sometimes
That is my stage name because it's too hard.
Totally understand that. My wife's maiden name was Kazmarek, and my mother's maiden name was Hemileski. So very kind of Polish, long, weird spellings.
Yeah, my last name's
My last name's Kavilosh. It's Willis.
tight.
So Pearl Kavilosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a strange last name too that everyone always mispronounces, but you
At
know,
least it's short.
fuck them.
What is it?
It's pronounced free you, but
I mean, that's not that crazy.
Yeah, it's really short. It's
Well-
just Fryu.
it's just always pronounced fry you. You know, that's it.
What are you talking about?
It's always fry you. Everyone says fry you. That's it.
He's got this 5-letter last name, and then you people like you have like 15 or 16 that you have to deal with, and then people butcher them. I know my wife's maiden name Kazmarek, my mom's Hemileski. Like I said, so very long, lots of weird like why are these consonants together? There's no vowel kind of thing.
Are we flexing nuts on who has the hardest last name to pronounce?
It's not
We're
you.
flexing. Not you.
Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. Fair enough, guys. Fair enough. Hey, shit, I already forgot. Taylor, say something cool. I was going to ask her something I totally forgot.
No, we were talking about the music video and kind of got sidetracked because I was asking about the name.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Oh, yeah, Silence Your Mind. So I want to ask what this is about. And let's play a game where we guess what this is about. Silencing Your Mind.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, Brad. So Brad had originally had a game plan where, because we did this last week with some lyrics with Giovanni, who was on our first track, and some of the lyrics were a little hard to understand right at the beginning when you first hear it, and so we played a little game with that. So Brad's like, "Oh, we'll do it again."
Yeah,
and then
and, you know-
Brad listened to your song, and he was like, "All of these lyrics are entirely super
But
clear. We can't."
it's even dumber than that. It's even dumber than that because I've listened to the song several times. It's not like, like I know the song, because I've listened to it in the past and I listened to it for this, but I just didn't like add two and two together, So for that reason, I just totally like slipped. I guess it was like so fun last week. I just wanted to do it again.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the
even
lyrics.
try and guess what it's about, but usually, like when I'm writing songs, people always guess something that is helpful for them, and then I start to feel weird. It's like I tell them what it's really about.
Yeah.
And that's
I'll do it for this. But
I think that's kind of the fun part about writing, though, right?
It is.
You write your story, but then even once it comes out, it changes. I feel like based on how you want to say it, right, for the song, and then it just becomes its own entity,
But yeah, I mean that's also part of like art. People would be able to
Yeah.
take it and assign meaning to it for themselves,
Yeah.
kind of, which is cool. And people can use that art in their own way. I mean, which is just a pretty cool thing about music, art, all that in general.
for sure.
So, what did you think it was about, Brad?
I don't know. I think for me, I'm gonna go back to kind of what Pearl says most people do is kind of like ascribe a meaning for their own personal journey to some words that they hear. And so, for me, I have a hard time shutting down my brain, especially with negative thoughts. I stayed up till 4 a.m. yesterday for no fucking reason other than I was just awake and thinking and needing to do something. And so I think for me, that type of feeling is what that song is about. But, that would be my guess for me. If I had to sit down with the track, my answer might be different. But that's my answer in this moment. So if I'm wrong, I have my back covered, right?
Yeah. For
That's
me,
pretty good.
yeah, I think for me, the words that stood out the most, clearly "Silence Your Mind." It's the chorus. It's kind of the most repeated line. It's also kind of the most, I guess, the best phrase out of the whole thing that just kind of stood out to me. It was easy to latch on, like you were talking about. And I would say probably along the same lines of what Brad's guess was, but maybe more along the lines of less of negative thoughts and maybe just your own thoughts getting in way of being able to focus. Maybe your head's just kind of running around in circles about all the different things that you have to do. And then you just kind of have to work on turning that off and focusing and achieving stuff. That would be my guess.
I have a new guess.
Okay.
I have a new guess. After I was put on the
change
spot, and then Taylor got to have his answer, and while he was answering, I did not listen to him at all, and I totally,
I'm not important.
I rethought through the lyrics, and maybe it's more about kind of like silencing like thoughts that are kind of put there by other people
Okay.
or outside influence, maybe.
You can see that.
But anyway,
That's
Pearl.
pretty like freaking spot on with like everything. So I'm like, oh wow, they actually understand this shit.
You were pretty clear. What do people usually say?
Well, with this song, they usually get it with this song. Some of my other unreleased stuff
Yeah.
is a little bit different. However, all of my music I'm releasing now, I'm trying to purposefully do something different in each track. That's why I'm not going to release an album. I'm going to do different singles.
Good.
Yeah.
But,
That's pretty good nowadays and age, anyways.
Yeah.
Nowadays and age.
Yeah, and it's also really cool because I get to work with a bunch of different people, like
Fuck yeah.
different,
Hey.
different producers.
Oh my gosh, that's what we're doing, but different artists instead.
Yep.
That's really cool. I'm really excited to hear. I was actually surprised when I went online. Like, I swear I tried to do something with you last year, and I think like my mind doesn't work very well, so I think I forgot about it or something.
I mean,
But yeah, probably my mind doesn't work well. Thank you. No,
No.
You need to
I-
silence it, Brad.
I'm playing. No, I think I went on and looked at your shit, and I was really surprised that you only had like a couple tracks out. And same when we like did this podcast and we got your tracks. I'm ready for more Pearl. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
So
all I have to say is I have like, if we're gonna talk albums, I got
Yeah.
That's the freaking procrastination stage
I know.
I'm talking about. I need to just release them because I was trying to like release them in the quote unquote right way, but there's no actual right
Yeah.
way right now. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
just gotta release it.
I'm with you on
Um,
that.
I'm
100%.
going into the studio on Thursday too. To
Yes.
do a whole new song. So I'm
Awesome.
gonna have a lot of content. I'm gonna eventually try and do one a month for later on this year.
Awesome. Please take some videos for us because I want to see some videos in the studio. I would love to see
I'm
that.
actually gonna have somebody come and document some stuff. I
Yeah.
also have a new music video that was filmed by the same lady, Amberly, who did Silence Your Mind.
Awesome.
So, and that's for like a super hardcore rock track. So I'm excited.
Ooh,
It'll be very
Oh,
different.
nice.
Yeah, you have to rent really cool cameras and have a bunch of smoke machines, and yeah, it's crazy.
Awesome.
I'm excited to release that. That's finished.
Wow. Yeah, we were talking about last podcast with our buddy Giovanni from Washington. He's on the Lovely track. I don't know if you listened to Lovely or not, but
I think I saw
it's not a big deal if you haven't. You should check it out. But he's like the last guy on it, and he was on our podcast last week. So, he was talking about how he finishes like 80% of a song and then like does something else. And I feel like that touches on what we were talking about a second ago. So I don't know. That's just interesting to me.
But also sometimes a good exercise, at least for me, is I'll try and write a hook or like the chorus.
Yeah.
I will only work on a hook or a chorus, and then once I feel I have it, I'll move on to some new song and write only the hook or chorus, and then
Yeah.
another song, only the hook or chorus. And like it's actually really beneficial because you want to choose out of a group of songs. But like for Silence Your Mind, I only came to Laura Jane with a CD with 10 demo songs, unfinished, all of them.
Interesting.
And
So
That's
then-
really cool.
yeah.
that's kind of like
and
a
then she chose that, and then I elaborated on the song and went into it like
Wow.
more hardcore. But it's a good exercise sometimes.
I've never thought of that before, but that's pretty good way to kind of sift through.
Not finish a song.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's a little pearl tip. That's how I write my songs mostly. I'll just like make a whole list of just choruses, and then I'll
Yeah.
go back and be like, let's see what I can write about this one.
I think that is probably like one of the most efficient songwriting or choosing where you put your work in terms of songwriting.
Yeah, but it
Ways
also
I've heard
doesn't
about it.
just have creative flow, you know.
Say it again.
Because
Something about creative flow.
it doesn't like for me. It helps my creative flow not be disrupted because then if I try and finish a song in one sit down, I'll get too obsessed with like the drums or like the guitar, and I won't be creating the project. So
Yeah.
I'll do a really shitty like something and then be like, okay, like Ariana Grande says, thank you next, and then I go to the next one, and I do my stuff.
I love
and then
that.
I'll choose, yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy when you're in the demo writing process to get hyper focused on one little aspect, and it's easy to get lost. Like, hey, not everything has to be perfect at this stage. I'm really just kind of coming up with ideas and figuring out which ideas I want to use.
No,
And
everything
we're-
has to be perfect now.
It's
Yeah.
a hardcore mindset that I've really struggled breaking out of. It's like feeling like a piece of shit if you don't finish a song in one setting.
Yeah.
But it's better to have a plethora of ideas.
Yeah, you can pick which ones are your B-sides and just kind of keep them in the back. Be like, no, I think these other ones have kind of
So-
risen to the top a little bit, you know?
We'll release these later.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and play the acoustic version of the same song. I think it's really interesting, at least for me, from like a musician's perspective or like a musician's perspective, right? To hear a song in different versions. We had that, really strong lyrically towards the beginning of that last track, and then we changed into kind of this like jam section, and we had this more chill section, and then we had more vocals towards the end. And I think the acoustic version, I'm anxious to hear again for me, but I'm anxious to show the audience like the difference between the two tracks. So let's go ahead and cue that up, and I'm gonna go pee.
Here we
I
go.
fell in way too far. It sinks in. Don't forget who you are. Get up now if you're feeling stuck. Stand proud now. forget your touch. Silence your mind, silence your mind, silence your mind. Silence your mind, silence your mind. The future is coming. Only you can know. Can't keep running. I'll do it on my own. I stepped up. Watch me play the game. If you messed up, won't forget my name. Silence your mind, silence your mind, silence your mind. Silence your mind, silence your mind, silence your mind. Silence your mind, silence your mind, silence your mind. Silence your mind. Get up now. Get up now. Get up now. Get up now. Silence your mind, silence your mind, silence your mind. Silence your mind, silence your mind, silence your mind. Silence your mind, silence your mind, silence your mind. Silence your mind.
All
That
right.
was the acoustic version of Silence Your Mind.
Woo!
That was a totally different listening experience for me.
Stripped down.
It very
down.
very much showcased your voice, at least to me, on
Yeah.
a different level than the full track did.
Totally agree. I love the what do you call it? Sequence licks where it's kind of like, silence your mind, but like at a different interval, Yeah.
To me it really it brought me back to 90s
Yes.
rock vibes. A lot of like Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilot.
Wait.
kind of-
Let's do another game.
Okay.
Pearl, based on these two songs, about two iterations of the same song, you know what I'm saying? Taylor and I are gonna try to guess some of your favorite influences. Okay, is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And we're gonna be super wrong, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be fun when we hear.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I have a 1 song, 2 version sample size.
Also, were you in Drop D for that song? For the acoustic
Yes,
version.
sir. That's
Yes?
my favorite kidding.
Okay, everyone, I want you guys to know that I heard that she was tuned to Drop D, and what's up? If you didn't think I could hear shit, I feel really good about that. I don't know what's up. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's guess some influences. I don't like this game because I have no idea. They're so different.
It's your game, bro.
And, well, I know, and it's
I like
already
all
fun.
kinds of music, so there's like no way you could probably be wrong.
Okay, let's put that to the test.
Okay, well, just based on those 2 songs, what are the biggest influence that come to your mind that that you can hear in there?
Dude, there's like almost no parallel except her voice. It's so hard. Definitely on the second track, I agree with you. I hear like some 90s shit. What are some 90s bands that you...
So what I was saying, for what stood out to me, at least in the acoustic track, the guitar work personally reminded me of like the Alice in Chains acoustic versions that they have.
That's one of my favorite
Yes.
Wow.
a lot of
on the-
Stone Temple
on spot.
Pilots in
On-
there.
Wow.
That's one of my favorite bands.
Exactly. So I mean, that totally came through in the guitar work for me because
Thank
it was totally different than the full version. And then the vocals for me almost had like this southern rock vibe to them.
Wow.
A little grit. So I wouldn't say Leonard Skinner. I wouldn't say that.
What about Credence? What about Credence?
Maybe a little Credence. I feel like I could hear that in the voice a little.
Okay. She's not saying anything, so I assume that's very wrong.
It's Stone Temple Pilots and Alice in Chains are
Wow.
those are pretty spot on.
I
Those are,
can't.
like,
I
one of my
can't.
top
I
favorites.
cannot. My mind's blown right now. Taylor, congratulations, you're the winner.
Well, thank
and
you.
I am not even going to guess. I forfeit. If we had a soundboard, I would be pressing the buzzer.
Wait, guess for the electronic version.
Yeah, for the full version.
Okay. So that was the acoustic version. Is it was what you're saying? Did you have different influences for both takes?
I mean, not really. Well, no, I wanted the acoustic version to sound very like Stone Temple Pilots.
Okay.
I wanted it to be 90s, grungy
Yeah.
kind of sounding on purpose.
Yeah.
And I decided that like a few months after I released the other song. And then afterwards I was like, oh shit, I want to do an acoustic song for every song I release.
Hell
So I
yeah.
might start
Do
doing
it.
That.
You should.
That was fun. That
Yeah.
it was
'Cause
really
that
cool.
acoustic one was pretty quick. I mean, it was just the mic to my guitar and then editing some vocals.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't believe you made it sound that good with just miking up your guitar. Maybe you have a really nice guitar, but when I track acoustic guitar, it's
the
a
trick I
bitch.
do is like I'll plug it in and then also mic it.
See,
Do a
I've
little
tried that.
blend.
I think maybe I have a shit
Yeah.
guitar, but also I think I want to talk
lot of it's
recording
your room.
techniques after.
A lot of it's your room.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hit you up about like how to properly record acoustic guitar later because I need to figure that out. But
I
anyway,
don't know. I'm not an expert, but I can figure it out.
well, it sounded, I would be happy with that quality, and I'm pretty picky, so I feel like,
That's an understatement.
that's cool for me. Thanks, Taylor.
No, hey, that's a good quality to have.
That's okay.
It
My
is.
parents,
Under the butt.
my parents and my brother are laughing really hard at that joke because it's not a joke, and they whatever.
Listen, you put out quality stuff, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah, that's why I don't put out anything.
Okay, well that goes back to the
All right.
hyper focusing thing. We
Back
talked about.
to Pearl. Pearl, I am officially withdrawing from this competition. This was a good game. Taylor won.
What did
and
I win? What did I win?
You won my respect and admiration.
I'll take it.
Actually, big shout out to Taylor. I pitched this like live stream thing last month, shortly before May started, and I was at my place with the meeting during a meeting with Taylor about like our music. We were working on music, and we were trying to figure out how to do something to promote like the NAMI fundraiser. And so I pitched this, and my roommate Mark from Rogues Among Us was like, "Dude, that's going to be kind of a bitch. There's just a couple things you really need to be careful about." And Taylor was like, I could just tell by the look
Yeah.
on his face, he was like, "This is not going to happen." And I
Well,
was
because
like,
I knew that I was going to be the one figuring it out.
that's true. And so, and that's what I'm thanking you for. Everything, like the professionalism on here, the way all the parts are working, the levels. And if you guys have seen the last couple, they've been really well done too. That's
Some
all Taylor.
hiccups.
That's all Taylor. I helped
Which was
set
also
up
me.
mic stands, and then that's my function. So props to Taylor.
Conjunction junction.
Yeah, that's my function. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, we were in a meeting and Brad goes, "Yeah, we could do this whole live stream thing," and I was just like giving him daggers with my eyes, just like,
No, he wasn't. He was
Brad.
avoiding eye contact, which is worse.
Brad, that's so much work.
Yeah.
Avoiding eye contact, hilarious.
Yeah, that's real shit though. He was like, you know that feeling,
yeah,
right?
I've been there. But,
Yeah.
But also, I gotta say, when things feel scary like that and it's for a good thing, like you're just gonna have to. It'll be fine. And
Thank
it'll be
you.
Great.
And it has been great.
Yeah.
And it's great now. So
Um,
thank you, and please continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I think she's frozen.
How long are you guys doing it?
The podcast lasts. So the question was, if I could,
If we heard you correctly.
if I interpreted correctly, the podcast will be ending next weekend. That will be our last episode. We have
We may bring it back.
We have broached
Maybe.
the subject of maybe doing one a month after that or something, but there's no real
I'll take it continue.
I
It's
think
been a lot of fun for us.
I think
honestly.
we're doing an excellent job, and when I say we, I mean Taylor.
Hey, you're helping out.
But honestly, no, I'm contributing.
You are. You put together a
No,
whole
no.
schedule. You've been asking questions while I deal with the chat and the technical. So it's great. We split the work.
Whatever. So we played our a little musical influences game, and I am a little sad that Taylor just fucking nailed it. I would love to hear in the comments what other people thought.
I'm just.
Yeah, what the fuck, right?
It
That was crazy.
Like to me, it was like immediately.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
heard
sure.
it and I heard like the little bend. I was like, that's it.
I mean, I definitely heard 90s. I definitely heard that vibe, but I was thinking of like a very different band.
Like Soundgarden is like my favorite. band.
Fair enough.
Or my favorite band.
Fair enough.
I would say there was a lot of Chris Cornell reminiscent like notes in the way that you held stuff out on top of some of the melodies, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been studying his singing for a long time actually.
Awesome.
Now.
Well, apparently it's paid off. You got it.
I got it. I'm the
let's-
winner.
Let's yeah, basically. I mean, damn. But anyway, yeah, in the comments, we'd love to hear what you thought some musical influences might have been, or what you hear in both of her tracks that we just played for you. Any of your thoughts, really.
Yeah,
Taylor's got the chat up.
this would be a good time now to just go ahead and if you have any questions for Pearl or for ourselves, throw them in the chat. We'll open up the chat lines. We'll give you a shout out, ask your question, try and get you an answer.
Yeah, we got more coming up. But
while you populate the chat, Brad, you got anything else on your questions?
yeah,
list
for
here?
sure, for
I was
sure.
gonna say. Oh yeah.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
bro.
Go ahead.
No, we want to hear
No, I was
you
gonna
talk.
Say, like, during the last song you played, I pulled up my Silence Your Mind lyrics, and I can like actually tell you like what I wrote it.
Oh, please do. Yeah.
If you want, it's easier when I have it like in front of me. That's why I didn't really say anything.
Oh
about
no,
it.
absolutely. Let us know.
We don't want, we need.
Yes.
Okay. So basically it starts with I fell in way too far. It sings in Don't Forget Who You Are. And that was like basically at that time I realized I was partying too much. I was drinking too much. I wasn't writing enough music. I totally lost what I was doing. And that type of stuff is the shit that sinks in and makes you feel like a piece of crap when you wake up the next morning. Like, oh, I didn't get any of this done.
I wasted
All
my
this stuff.
time.
Like I basically
Yeah.
did it till I got. Yeah, I wasted my time. All this stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it's because I was feeling stuck, and that's why the like lines they're pretty straightforward. Get up now if you're feeling stuck. Stand proud now. Don't forget you're tough. Because I was, whenever you're in that type of state of mind, I mean, you feel not tough at all.
Yeah.
So, I like at the beginning of last year, I was going through like a pretty tough time. So I was really using my writing to like draw me out of that dark place, which is why we're talking about mental health over here. Speaking
Yeah.
of mental health, it was not healthy at the time. So, yeah, I basically, and then the next verse is like, the future is coming, only you can know, like, the future is coming, time is going to keep moving. You're either going to waste time, and you know you're going to waste time, or you can actually assess the situation and make a change.
I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills.
And then that's why I say, I can't keep running, I'll do it on my own. So like, stop running away from that shit. That's about it. And then the next one is, I stepped up, watched me play the game, which is like what I mean is like the game of life. So, and then
yeah.
if you messed up, you won't forget my name, and that's just me like being all like, if you weren't my friend and you disrespected me, you won't forget my name, but I won't talk to you.
I think my favorite part, 100%, was definitely your imitation of yourself. When people imitate themselves, it's always like, wow, that was not spot on at all. But it's an interesting perspective, to see how they portray themselves. So thank you for that. That was a gem.
Yeah.
Thank you for going through that. That was really good to hear. And
Yeah, thank you a lot.
I
was,
think our guesses were pretty close, but it's good to hear kind of
Yeah.
like the actual meaning.
yeah, I was actually
Yeah,
gonna
it was-
ask
y'all
you.
had like the general idea really spot on, but that like I just wanted to share that just because that was what I was writing from specifically.
Yeah.
No,
And it
thank
had to
you.
do with a lot of like mental health mindset at the time when I was doing it.
Good.
So,
Yeah, no, we definitely appreciate you sharing that. I actually, when you, I saw
and
you,
for time's sake,
I saw you writing, and I thought that's maybe what you were writing, and I wanted to ask it, but then I was like, I just let it go. I shouldn't have let it go. So, but thank you for bringing that back. And next time I see something, I'm going to say something.
We got a few questions in the chat now. Rock Through Life wants to know, it's a question for Pearl. It wants to know, do you have any stories that make your job as a musician and a teacher rewarding? Do you have any stories about that?
Love it.
Oh yeah, totally. I have to say I learn more from my students than I feel like I am teaching. So a lot of the things I've learned. Let's see. Wait, say the.
So they wanted to know if you had any stories about.
More time.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Robots are
I think
taking
you're
over.
asking me to restate the question. The question was, do you have any stories relating to times that you think were rewarding, being both a musician and a teacher? Do you have any stories that you would say, oh yes, this is what makes this kind of subset of being both a musician and a teacher rewarding?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I have found is that a lot of the younger, well, I teach mostly younger students, but I find that the ones who really want to be there are the ones who are struggling in their outside life. So these are the kids that are either students who have disabilities or students who have studies. I just get bullied every day, and I feel like anytime I'm helping them work through that type of stuff, they're able to like release that like anxiety that they've been holding in all week. And then in the lesson, they're able to like actually get that out, and it's really good to see another.
Yeah, so it sounds.
That crappy people about energy and their music. So that's the most rewarding.
Well,
We,
we didn't get most of that, but it sounds like basically the most rewarding part of teaching is getting to have students who are going through something and having your time with them being kind of their release, and then you get to
Yeah,
like
no.
have
That
have fun with
emotional
them and-
outlet.
yeah.
Yes, that's very close.
Okay, good. So hopefully
Yeah.
that was what your
Yeah.
answer was. Yeah. What's the other question in the
Oh,
chat?
we got another question here from
Fuck yeah.
Castanoodle. What is everyone's fave pizza? So completely unrelated to anything. But
We're gonna answer this question
Brian, I
though, because
knows what- I-
pizza deserves the time. Pearl, what is your favorite pizza?
Let's see. I like pizza that has pepperoni and bacon and mozzarella sticks and french fries on it.
Oh,
Oh,
damn,
yeah,
that sounds
okay.
very awesome because mozzarella sticks. That's
I've had a pizza with French fries and mozzarella
I had
sticks
a
on it
pizza
before.
once with, yeah, me too.
Was it Gumby's?
It was at Gumby's.
Yeah, the stoner pie. The stoner pie. Yeah, I had that in
I
college
love the
once.
stoner pie.
yeah. Man, I was really hoping you would just like your audio would cut out again at after you said, "I love pizza."
What's your favorite pizza? I love pizza.
That's
it. Brad, what's yours? I already know the answer.
What are you talking about? Like my brand or my favorite toppings or what?
It's a general question. Just fave pizza.
That's people always think one question is simple, and that's never the
agree.
case. It's never the case, okay? Because sometimes I want fucking Little
crummy
Caesars,
question.
okay? Sometimes I want Little Caesars. I want a $5 pizza that I can get right then. Sometimes, right? Okay? And I'm not gonna save it or heat it up later because then it tastes like cardboard, and I hate that, right? Sometimes I want Papa John's because they got the garlic sauce. Ain't nobody got garlic sauce like that. That's what I want, right? If it's Papa John's, I'm gonna be putting pepperoni, mushrooms, and extra cheese, okay? And I
So
might,
specific.
if I'm feeling a little bit nasty that night, I might get some extra garlic sauce, you know what I'm saying? And then, Pink's is a new one for me. That's my girlfriend's favorite. Shout out to Diana. I know she's on here watching and trying to listen to me bullshit. Yeah. And
Elroy says, Brad, answer the question.
Who?
Elroy Oyam. I may be pronouncing the name wrong.
Well, I am answering the question. So,
For you guys who wanted the simple answer, his answer is pepperoni mushroom. Just full stop. That's it.
that is my go-to. I would not say that that's my favorite, okay? That's what I'm saying. This is a complicated question. If you're going to talk pizza to me,
Yeah.
you got to know what you're getting into.
Yeah, because he didn't even deep dive into types of crust or cooking temperature or
And I could
freshness
have.
of
And I
tomatoes.
could have.
I don't know.
I could have. And thank you, and you're welcome.
So we have another question here. Rachel says, "Oh my God, sorry for the loaded question."
Yeah, well, you know what?
So John, this looks like a cool question from you. Would you mind explaining it a little bit more for me so I can understand what you mean? So John's question is, how do you approach the idea of musical gatekeeping with students and adults? I'm not sure I know exactly what he means by that, but I think I have a kind of an idea. John, could you elaborate on that a little bit? What exactly you mean by that? And while he's typing in the chat, Rachel's mad that I didn't answer what my favorite type of pizza is.
I was about to say you didn't.
So I would say my go-to favorite pizza would be pepperoni's black olives. Now, I switch around a lot, and I know that, Rachel, this is a loaded question apparently, because I'm going to go off on a tangent like Brad did.
I told you.
I like many types of pizzas, and different styles for different types of days and different moods. There's a pizza for every occasion.
That's
This
what
is
I
true.
was trying to say.
Sometimes you want an Alfredo-based sauce with chicken and bacon and some jalapenos or something on there.
Sometimes you want some pesto.
Sometimes you want chicken barbecue, jalapeno pineapple. Pineapple belongs on pizza, Brad, in certain situations, but not all of them. I know your feelings on that.
The dog came to say hi, you guys.
Oh, my
Aw.
goodness.
What a good
Here's my doggy. Hazel.
Let's
Hazel.
oh my God.
I
We
love
gotta
dogs.
we gotta think of some dog questions.
Well, John just elaborated here
Okay,
a little bit.
Perfect.
So John says, one thing I think is an interesting question or interesting discussion is about who is qualified to make or enjoy music. So that's what he means by gatekeeping, is
Oh,
who's
okay.
qualified or has enough experience to be the person that's actually making or enjoying music.
Pearl,
Well, everyone's
Let's-
qualified.
let's throw this fastball at you.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I think everybody is qualified to make music, first of all. But also, I guess my job is really to make sure that the people are able to make music and have fun. So, like, I'll even have people who come in to do songwriting sessions, but they can't play certain chords on guitar. So I'll either coach them through it or I'll track something for them so that they can get their song out.
Mhm.
But it depends on like what student I'm actually teaching. But as far as being qualified, I think everybody's qualified and can learn to be creative musically.
Yeah, that's a great answer. And I think John may be asking this from a point of view of himself, because I know
He's a teacher.
he also teaches as well. And
Yeah.
you may have touched on this already, but he's got a kind of a follow up. How do you relate to students who might be feeling underqualified to express themselves? Like, say that maybe they're not confident enough or don't feel like they have enough experience to be
I
able
have a
to.
lot of
Yeah.
students like that. Let's see how I approach certain students who are maybe like scared to express themselves musically. I have a series of like icebreaker exercises that I do with my subconscious. Students who even feel to sing in front of me, so which is ironic, but it's totally understandable. It's coming from someone who used to be scared to sing in front of people.
Yeah.
But a lot of icebreaker things I'll do is like mantras, self-talk mantras.
Okay.
So things, I don't know, I believe in the power of speech. So I'll have a student be like, for example, saying, I love everything that
Yeah.
Okay, so trying to speak it into existence, kind of thing.
I'm strong. You know, stuff like that. I think from that type of technique has really helped the confidence of my older students who understand the mantra thing. And then also, I will sometimes press record and let my student track in a room by themselves without me there.
Right.
Okay.
And then I'll go back and look at that stuff. And then another thing is I'll have a student energetically release energy. So I'll be like, all right, I want you to jump up and down and scream really loud and be like,
You're the student
Yeah.
hype man. That's
Once
what it is.
once you feel stupid for that, it's hard to feel stupid about your song.
exactly. I make them do something that's like
Yeah.
even more dumb than they could possibly do.
Right. I really like that technique. My technique, I tell them, you play. I tell you when it sucks because I'm the teacher. That's
yeah.
that's how good of a teacher I am. I'm just kidding. I don't
Your
do
parents
that.
pay me to tell you when you're bad.
Yeah, I tell you when you're bad. There you go, John.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Pearl. I love it. I think it's really cool to hear from other teachers about like their techniques with certain students because I do the same thing. But I definitely like for me when what you just said, there's a lot to learn right there in that little, couple sentences. I feel like I'm excited to get back tomorrow and teach some little monsters about music and hopefully like use some of the things that you've just said. Actually, the mantra thing I really like. I was going to ask, have you ever put like one of those mantras into a song, or have you thought about it? Because to me, that's very much like a punk hook,
Yeah, I have been doing that a lot with my new music, and also
Awesome.
I'm currently working on another collaboration with this dancer from, she's not from New York, she's from Austin, but she's a childhood friend of mine, but she's a very accomplished dancer now. And for the first time ever, I'm making a song that is like timed perfectly to her choreography, not just like
awesome.
a tempo.
Wow.
But like say like she dances and puts an elbow up in the air, I'll put like a drum hit when she does that.
Oh,
or,
that's
like,
awesome.
A drum hit when she, stuff like that.
It's like
But
tape music. That's crazy.
Like the basis of it though is like mantras. So this for the first time I was like tracked like experimental mantras into
Wow.
my music that isn't exactly singing, but it's kind of full for background stuff.
It's music concrete, right, John?
Yeah.
That's really amazing.
Yeah, it's been a learning experience. I only recently started doing that stuff, at least in 2020.
That's very cool.
I hope you keep doing it.
Has any of that stuff been released that we could watch? Or post the link in the
not
chat
yet.
or something?
That
Okay.
collaboration is supposed to be done in a couple months. But yeah, I wanted to continue to do that because I used mantras to get out of a dark place, and they actually seem to work for me.
That's
like
good.
saying stuff until you actually believe it, and then it becomes you. So.
I'm doing that now. I'm like, I used to, every time someone said, hey, what's up? And this kind of ties into mental health. Hey, how are you today? Right? They're just saying a greeting. And I would be like, okay. Right. And I started to not do that. And I started to say, I'm great. I like consistently try to say, I'm great. Even if I don't feel that way, I just say it. And honestly, I feel so much better. I don't know if it's directly correlated because I think, kind of that.
It is. There's a lot of like psychological subconscious.
Yeah. And I would agree with that. I was just saying, yeah. I'm just I have multiple things that I'm trying to change that are kind of like that. So I don't know which one's contributing more or less. I don't know if that one specifically is the biggest contributor, but I do think it helps. And I definitely think that like speaking into his existence is real. So
that's a pretty good viewpoint for me. I've never actually thought about people giving that answer as like a way to like try and make it a little better for them because everybody's like, oh, I'm good. Like that's just the standard answer. Like they're always good. I just personally try to make it like I give a direct answer. How are you doing? Oh, I've been better.
I used to do the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Answer.
I would be like, I'm okay. I mean, I'm all right. That's what I would say. Because that's how I felt, and I saw it as being honest.
Sorry,
We're waiting for you.
I keep glitching out.
That's
That's
okay.
okay. I think you're back.
But I think you're back.
Okay. Check. 1, 2.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're back. Can you hear us?
My screen is so confusing over here, but it's okay. So I like printed out a bunch of sheets of paper. Like, look at this stuff. What? These are all mantras that I use for my
Oh, wow.
students.
Oh,
That's
So
yes.
my favorite one to say is every single experience that I have is perfect for my growth.
Oh.
That's
That
true, though.
way,
That's very-
using
that's-
your fuck ups. Perfect
Yeah.
for your growth.
Yeah.
You learn through failure.
Let's
Period.
go.
That's how you
Let's
grow.
go through these. This is
Yeah,
great,
the-
Pearl. This is a great segment that you didn't tell me that you were gonna do.
I'm gonna put this out here. John's really liking your answers because I know that he kind of got into the questions here about gatekeeping music and things like that as a teacher. But he really liked the answers that you gave so far. He says that he considers this kind of thing an interdisciplinary thing. Meaningful marries philosophy, music, yada yada. And he says, not to nerd too much, but I love it when people can speak meaningfully about it. So I'm glad that we can do that with you, John. Today.
John, I'm sorry to shit on that because I definitely made a joke. So
Yeah,
let's-
he said lel to that. But Brad, I kind of think the song that we're working on with
Yeah, that
Pearl
is- that-
already has a little bit of a mantra that
that's
you wrote
actually
for the chorus.
Yeah, I did write the hook, and I literally was thinking of the same concept. Actually, I didn't think about that. Thank you for connecting the dots, Taylor. Pearl, you definitely you should check that track out because I was thinking about like personally.
She sang it. She gave you a
In the-
demo. She
in the
sang
mor-
it.
Lovely.
No. I'm talking about the one that she's,
Oh, yeah.
we're
Okay,
doing with
I'm sorry.
Pearl. The
I
I
thought you
just
were
want to
talking
thank me.
That's true too.
yeah,
That is
thank-
another mantra. Yeah. I guess we're working on those. So, yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. We were on the different page. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, I thought you were talking about the song we already released, which is the same concept. So, whatever.
What are a couple other ones that you had on that
Yeah,
page?
please read the page to us. We would love to hear more.
Let's see. I don't do all of them for
That's-
Just do a
music
couple.
specifically.
Yeah, that's okay.
But,
Like,
to.
yeah.
Let's see. I did every single experience that I have is perfect for my growth. Another one is I see my struggles as only opportunities to grow, learn, and better my life. That one's a kind of a long one. I would probably give that to an adult. Let's see. That's another one. I release all negative thoughts and replace them with love, or I'll tell them to like instead of say love, replace it with whatever they want to feel that day, or like whatever they want to confidently write about. So like I'll have them choose their own stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like how you left that open-ended, I think that's important because like end of the day,
Yeah.
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 Next one.
Let's see. Okay, so another one that I like to do is I breathe deeply and fully. I take in the breath of life and I'm nourished. And I make them do that before really annoying breathing exercises for vocals.
Can you tell us about the?
I like, let's be happy before we do these scales you don't want to really do.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It depends on if they want to be coached on vocals, but yeah, I sometimes have to do that.
Can you go into some breathing exercises? I would be interested personally, and I know John might be interested as a teacher and as just kind of elaborating on this same concept and how the mental thing, and then also the just a lot of musicians have breathing exercises.
Sometimes it's as simple as just getting somebody to take a damn deep breath five times in a row, Because a lot of people are forgetting to actually take deep breaths and breathe properly.
Yeah.
And that like expands your lungs more before you even start doing like the small warm-ups and stuff. It's a really good way to have not just your brain be centered, but to also like remind your body that oxygen is good. Because like with stress and the full day and stuff, you forget to breathe.
Yeah, you do.
You'll have shorter breaths, and so before singing, I think it's really important to have people take long, deep breaths, and I'll count in like maybe like down from 10 for certain. It depends on what level they're at, but yeah, breathing's really important.
Yeah.
At least for singing.
I don't know. I think this is relevant. I used to do a breathing technique because I was saying earlier, like sometimes I just can't sleep.
The only breathing technique I know is, but I think that's just pregnant ladies.
I think that's whatever. So what I used to do is like I would take my pulse,
I
you
think
know.
you're right.
Oh man.
We have fun here.
So I used to do a breathing technique of my own, which I don't know. I feel like it's really relevant because it's a breathing technique, and I still have trouble sleeping a lot of times, and calming down. When the day's done, I feel like amped up. I need to do something next, you know. So what I used to do, I'd still do it sometimes, but not as often. And I'll feel my pulse, and I'll breathe in really deep, and I'll let it out as slowly as possible. And if you're feeling your pulse, you can literally like your lungs and heart are really connected, so you can
Feel it slow
you
down.
can actually feel your pulse slow down, and that actually kind of relaxes you in itself. And then I used to do this really cool thing, which I got very, very close, like a couple times. I would try to line it up with a ticking clock. Like I had this clock that would tick in my room. Wow. And a couple times I was like,
Trying to get that 60 BPM.
I was on it for like a little while, to the point where I like was wondering if that was real or not. And then after that, obviously my thoughts went somewhere else, and I was like, wait, what? And then it was gone.
Because you
But,
weren't getting enough oxygen.
No, it was, I think, a balance of timing and breathing in and out. But I don't know, that was one of my techniques that I do for myself, which is interesting that you're talking about it for your students in a different way. But same conclusion, I felt like. So thought I'd bring it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
No, that's great. That's cool.
Yeah, we're just talking.
Yeah,
We're just
these
bullshitting.
things like really do help my students, and I only recently learned that. Well, recently learned that like mindset is such a huge part of songwriting and lessons and everything.
Yeah.
But I think it really stems from me actually being on the other side of it, younger, and like really being scared.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
practice at home, even have my mom hear me practice. Like, yeah, this is next level. I don't even know how I got through that, but at least I got to take some of my little tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my knees still shake on stage, so I wish you could give me some of that advice, but that's all right.
Oh
We'll-
no, they
we'll keep
still
working.
do.
Yeah.
I couldn't have,
Yeah.
when we were playing with ZD, I couldn't have any caffeine the day of. Like I would just
Yeah,
get
me
like
too.
super shaky
Me
before
too.
I went on.
ZD was one of our bands, Pearl. I'm fairly certain that at one point you knew of them. I'm not exactly sure what
I
context.
think I did. I think so.
I
That
don't
was a
know if-
while ago though.
I don't know if you guys got us a show or what, or if you guys came to town or I don't know what, but I think we talked about it a long time ago.
Didn't you guys come to Austin?
I think so. I think that was the case.
The only time that we played in Austin with Zero Detail was we
Oh,
played
yeah.
at the brewery on the tour right before we stopped playing. So that would have been like November 2019. Rachel says the bass player of
I don't
ZD
know.
was and is still so heart eyes emoji. Rachel is married to Alex.
Yeah. Okay, Pearl, we do have more
Yeah.
questions for you. I'm glad for this.
Okay.
I'm really glad that you shared like your little list with us of the mantras. I think that's like, first of all, it ties into like the mental health thing that we're trying to do, the fundraiser that we're trying to promote and host. But also it's interesting from a teacher's perspective, and it's interesting as a human who struggles with similar things to what a lot of your students struggle with. So thank you
Yeah.
again, sincerely.
Brad, before you continue, Pearl, we've already kept you an hour and a half. So
Oh.
if you've got anywhere to go, feel free to let us know that you have to jump
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Because it's already been a little
Okay.
long. We want to be
I could
mindful of
probably
your
talk
time.
A little bit longer, but
Yeah.
Remember I'm hosting 10 people.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Brad, let's just
Yeah,
wrap it up.
we'll wrap it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's got an impromptu barbecue full of people in the rain.
Thankfully, I have like a roommate who can handle some of it.
That's good.
All right, one question, and then we'll wrap it up and call it a day, if that's all right with
Cool.
you.
I've had a great time talking to you.
Oh yeah, it's been great. Thanks so
Yeah.
much. We really appreciate it. All right, Brad, what do you got?
What's
Last
your-
question.
Oh,
Make
I
it
thought
good.
you
No,
said
no,
one
you.
question. I have like 8.
Pick one, the best one.
Okay, so Oh man, this is so out of context. I really want to ask it, but
Do it.
I'm not. It's not in context. So I think the most sign offy question that we could ask is, I think you already answered earlier, but let's reiterate. Like, what do you have in the near future that anyone who's listening to this should be and can be looking out for, and that we, Taylor and I as well, can be looking out for in the future? What are you working on that's coming out soon?
Okay. Well, okay, I want to start with the other band I'm in right now. Because
Yes.
We have just released,
Oh yes,
we just
congratulations.
released 2 singles. We released 2 singles, and you can go listen to them now on Spotify or any musical platform. It's under Kalu and the Electric Joint.
Kahlua and the Electric Joint?
Kalu and the Electric Joint.
Kalu,
so
okay.
Kalu and the Electric Joint.
Okay.
And our lead singer is from Africa, and he is an amazing human. And I get to play keys and guitar in this band.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's very meaningful music. So I'm happy to have joined that band. And we're constantly busy doing stuff, playing shows.
Yeah.
As far as Pearl Z goes, I would totally love it if people would subscribe to my YouTube and
Yes.
Do it. Go
My
find Pearl Z
Instagram?
on YouTube and Instagram. Go follow right now.
Show her some love, please.
Yeah, on Instagram it's Pearl Z Music, and then YouTube you can.
YouTube, I just look
and
up
then
Pearl Z.
Pearl Z Music, or find my. Oh really? Okay. Cool.
Well, no, I only said that because you cut out.
He was trying to fill in for you
Yeah,
when your
sorry.
audio cut out.
My
Oh,
bad.
no. Yeah, on YouTube you can type in Pearl Z Music, or you can find it through the song Silence Your Mind.
Okay, yeah, silence your mind.
Yeah. But as far as new stuff, I will be releasing a new music video within the next few months.
Yes.
I hope to release a single at the end of next month, and then after that, I'm going to try and do single either every month or every other month. There's a lot coming out in 2021. So
Awesome.
2021 is definitely the year I released everything I've been working on from 2020.
Yeah. 2020 was slow for everyone. Everyone was trying to figure out what's going on. What do I do?
Yeah, I had a little bit of a freak out and just started writing like nobody's business and tracking instead of, playing shows.
That's
I didn't know what else to do.
It's a good answer. Build up the backlog for releases.
Yeah,
That's,
for sure. You're just
yeah.
just
that's
working
why I was
on.
like, I actually might have 3 albums, maybe 50.
Well, thanks
okay.
again so much, Pearl, for being with us. Thanks for taking the time. She's got 10 people waiting on a rainy doorstep from an impromptu barbecue waiting on her. So we won't keep her any longer. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're missing your audio. It's very glitchy. But go follow her on YouTube. Go check out her new band, Kalu and the Electric Joint, and follow us too. Spruce Miles. We're gonna give us a shout out now too.
And
thanks for joining.
Don't just follow us. Please spread the word about what
Yeah.
we're doing. We're trying to raise funds for.
The word.
Thank you, Pearl.
We're gonna be here next Sunday at 7 p.m. with John. I think he's gonna call in. John Patty.
John Patty and Mark
Benavides will be here. We're going to be doing a ripoff of Hot Ones, and we're going to call it Spicy Twos. And we're going to be asking questions and eating some hot peppers and some hot sauces. So it should be a good time.
What's their little catchphrase? We're gonna eat eat spicy wings while answering
have no
spicier
idea.
questions.
I have
or
no
some
idea.
Okay, my bad. We're excited.
But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Have you guys seen Hot Ones?
Yeah. So
That's-
we're
it's a
clearly
ripoff.
ripping them off, and we're going to call it Spicy Twos and do
Instead
one
of
episode.
hot ones, it's spicy twos.
Nice.
Yeah. Go find our GoFundMe page for the donation. Spread the word with your friends. Let them know
Please.
we're going to be here next week. This recording will be available on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, so you can rewatch and reshare later. And with that, we're going to sign off. So thanks again for joining. And Pearl, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
You
Pearl.
have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.